Today, I have a whole lot of questions for you. I want you to answer them in your head really quickly, and we'll just move right through them. The first question is, how does it make you feel when you are talking with someone and you really want them to hear what you have to say? You might have a problem that you need a little help with, or you just want to share it. Or maybe just an experience you had that you'd like to tell them about. But when you talk to them, they roll their eyes. Or they don't give you any eye contact. They're looking all over the place, except in your eyes. And how does it make you feel when someone that you're talking with has really sour facial expressions or weird ones? They're just really kind of bleh with their face. How does it make you feel if they use a gesture of some kind while you're talking that isn't friendly or it's weird, like in regard to what you're saying? Unless, of course, you're joking with each other. How does it make you feel when they slouch? Maybe they combine that with poor eye contact, but you're talking to them and they're just kind of like no energy. And last one of this group, because I have another group of questions in a minute. How does it make you feel when they do some distracting thing, like kick their leg out over and over again, or rattle change in their pocket, or their keys? Maybe they just get up and walk away. So what I have just gone over are 5 ways that people communicate with one another non-verbally. Eye contact, facial expressions, gestures, posture, and positioning and movement. Those can be conversation breakers, conversation or communication stoppers, because nobody likes to talk with somebody when they do those negative things. Of course, the opposites are to give you eye contact, facial expression that shows interest and respect, gestures that are natural and normal, that show that they're on your wavelength, posture that is presentable and comfortable, and last, movements and positions that don't take away from you but are right with you. So you can have a relationship with someone that can be very much affected by nonverbal communication. It even is more powerful, believe it or not, than spoken words. And it's so unconscious. Lots of times we do these things and we don't even know we're doing them. Likewise, sometimes somebody's doing them when we're trying to talk. All we know is we're getting a bad feeling. It may not be conscious that, oh yes, I don't like his facial expression, or I wish I had more eye contact from her. A lot of this is all on the subliminal unconscious level. Now, here's some more questions for you to think about. How do you feel when you're talking with someone, sharing something, just like before, but they interrupt you abruptly, right in the middle of what you're saying? Something like, oh, I know how that feels. I've been there too. And they go on and on. Another one is, you're coming along with your story, whatever it is, and they ask you a question that really to answer it isn't where you wanted to go. And then they ask another one, and another one, and another one. And you're being led around by their questions and not really being able to share your story or your problem, whatever, the way that you had it in your mind that you wanted to. The third one is, it starts with interrupting, and they take over. They just take over. and you can't get a word in. It's their story now, their show, and you're kind of left in the cold. Another one is they judge you. Something like, you idiot, or you fool, or even a good judgment. Oh, you are such a nice person. Judging puts them here and you there, whether it's positive or negative. They're the judge. One that really gets me is when people give me advice and I didn't ask for it. I just wanted them to listen to what I had to say. Have you ever had that happen? And then the next one is, you're talking about something and then they say something back to you about what you've been saying, and it's all off. They completely misinterpret what you were saying and maybe putting in a little judgment and advice in there along with it. The second to the last one is accusing and criticizing. Those are really, really whoppers. They say, it's your fault. Or, if you hadn't done that, then such and such and such, and you really ought to blah, 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 and you should. Nobody likes that, being accused and being criticized. Even when you did what they're talking about, it doesn't feel good. And the last one is they call you names. They put you down with labels, and that's probably the most devastating one of all. You carry the memory of what was said to you inside. I call those 8 behaviors the communication stoppers. First one is interrupting. The second one, with all the questions, was probing. The third one, where they interrupted and then took over, that's dominating. The next one, judging. Then giving unasked for advice. Next, misinterpreting. Next, accusing and criticizing. And the last one is name calling. One of the best ways to have a conversation come to an abrupt halt and to turn people off and create a conflict is to engage in those behaviors. Now, am I telling you all about these behaviors because I want you to feel guilty? Absolutely not. The truth is, we all do them, and it includes me. I learned them from the time I was a little child, just by watching other people. I got good at every single one of them, the verbals and the nonverbals. And maybe you have too, or at least some of them. What I'm trying to do with this is to heighten your awareness so that the next time someone approaches you, you'll have a better idea of how not to stop the communication. So drop the stoppers. I'd like to thank you for joining me. I think this is one of the most crucial topics in my anger management program. I go into this in some detail in my book, and I've had a lot of experience at both ends of conversations where the stoppers have been very damaging. And knowing what they are and turning them around and doing the opposite, building relationships through positive behaviors, is the key. Take care.